Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to go over how to line soap molds. So we have 3 soap molds, a half cut PVC pipe, a full PVC pipe, as well as a wood mold. Now a lot of starting soap makers tend to use a silicone mold. We opted to not do that as we want to scale up, as well as we were on a budget, so it was just cheaper to have either PVC pipe or use this reclaimed wood that my father built into this soap mold for us. So let's get started. Now the initial design behind the wood frame for our mold was the ability for this part to come off, as well as for us to be able to adjust the size of the sides. So if we wanted to if we had a larger batch, we could slide this in, slide this piece in, and that way we'd have a mold that's a bit larger, and we could do several batches rather than just one large one. So when we first did our first soap making, we just did the one large soap batch, which was a lot of work, and it didn't allow us to kind of experiment with other soaps at the time. So we opted to have these kind of sections made to separate our different soaps. So I will start with lining one section of it. I think we're going to do at least 2 sections today with our soap making. So what I do is I just take this piece here and I slide it in. And if that doesn't work, one second, I take these out and I slide it down further so that I can slide them in. And then I slide it into this wood, like so. So that's the first one. And then I take the second one and I try to estimate how high of a soap that we'd want this time around, the length of it as well. And I think we're going for around this size of soap. So I'll put that there, and then the second soap as well. So I tend to put these ones, these compartments on the outer edge. They're a bit thicker wood, so it's easier for them to stay up. And I don't want it overflowing to the other side. And then I stick one of these smaller pieces that we had created in the middle. From there, I just go and I tighten this up so that the boards don't move on both ends. So that's how I have it set up. So then we move on to our liner, which is going to be freezer paper. One of the reasons we use freezer paper is it's waxy on one side and then not on the other, which is different from your parchment paper and wax paper. It's kind of an in-between type of paper between the wax and parchment paper. So to use freezer paper over wax paper, from what I've read online, it's a bit more sturdy and thicker, whereas wax paper can easily tear. So that's one of the benefits of using freezer paper. So we're gonna cut this to the size that we need. Now we want the waxy side on the side that the soap will be touching, and then the parchment paper side closer to the wooden walls. Apologies in advance for any glitches that you see in this video. I'm using Adobe Premiere Rush, and for whatever reason it's causing glitches. So let's get started. So you can see that I've taken out the wall of my mold to create a crease. So I want it the width of my, or height of my panel wall, just so that it covers the full side, and then I'll create that crease. Now we wanted ours the width of that panel again, so I just went and I created an additional crease along that side and just creased it so that it would start to form that rectangle to go inside the mold. Now you can do this without taking out your side panels. Like if your mold doesn't have removable side panels, my suggestion to you is to hold up the freezer paper to the side, and then you can make a crease from there so you can get the height that you need. So here I'm taking that panel again, and I'm folding up the width or the one side again. And then we're doing the other side, the other width. And I'm just really creasing it in there so that it stays. So now, because I have some extra, I'm going to just crease again and then cut that extra bit off, because I don't need it, and I can reuse that extra freezer paper, but also so that I can tape that side down to the panel. Place that into our mold. And then you can see I'm bringing the width side of the freezer paper up, and you'll notice some extra freezer paper behind it as you pull it towards the one side. I'm going to fold it over and then add some tape. Now I'm just using regular, painter's tape. We don't have any masking tape in our house, so I just use whatever we have lying around. Masking tape works well, duct tape, whatever you need to tape it down. And as you can see, I'm just pulling the other side as well. For us, it's really important to line it well, just because it does have removable sides. So if any soap did get out, it would leak all over the place. So it is important for us to have that liner in there, because our mold has adjustable sides. Now you don't really need too much tape for the liner, because as you put the soap in, it'll push the liner out towards the sides. So there's no worry of it folding in. And there you have it. Now we're going to move on to the PVC pipe. Here is the full PVC pipe with a cap. So you'll just place the cap on, and then you're going to add some freezer paper. You're going to roll it up and proceed to tape. So I'm going to shove in the freezer paper once I have it rolled up. And then you're going to cut off the excess. And then tape down the sides. I also tape down within the pipe as well. The reason why is I don't want soap to go behind the freezer paper. So this just makes it so the soap, it doesn't go behind there. So next we have the PVC pipe cut in half. And what we'll do is we'll add the ring clamps to it. Now we have done a test prior. Unfortunately, we didn't film it on the best way to use PVC pipe. Some people don't use a liner. Some people use a little mat that goes in. Some people just use freezer paper. We found freezer paper worked the best for us. Without a liner, it was extremely hard to get out. Keeping in mind, we didn't freeze it, so some people put the pipe in a freezer to help the soap come out easier. it sort of works, I guess, but for us, again, lining it has always been the better option, so we've just stuck with that. We did try a placemat once in there. That just was the worst for it to get out, so again, we've just stuck with freezer paper. So now I'm lining this just like I lined the other one, and we're going to tape it down to the sides. Because this PVC pipe is a bit smaller, the caps won't actually fit on it. So what we've done is I just take that extra freezer paper that I had from before and I fold it up. And normally I'd put an elastic band. I had a hair elastic lying around, so I just used that instead. So that's it. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. So thanks for watching.